Hey, what's up everybody? Taylor with KC here, and in this video, we're gonna give you a factory tour. Right now, we are in front of the giant KC monument. When you first come into our 10-acre wooded property up here in Williams, Arizona, the monument is the first thing that you see. You can park your Jeep next to it, your truck, whatever it may be, and get a photo next to it before you come into the building. So with that, let's go check out the inside of the building for the factory tour to see where the magic really happens. All right, so as you enter the building, you first are welcomed into kind of our retail center. So as you can see right behind me on the walls, we have a very nice apparel display. Over on this side, we have a bunch of our lights on display on the light wall. This is fairly functional at the moment. We're working so that it's even better, a little bit sleeker, a little bit cleaner with all the nice buttons and everything. So it's a little bit of a work in progress right now, but we wanted to have everything that we sell on display. So that way, when we roll down the curtains, you can literally see the exact beam pattern for the lights that you're interested in buying. So we've really tried to turn this front area into a more welcoming, more friendly retail environment. So that way, even if you just want to come say hi and get a tour, you can do that. If you wanted to pick some lights up or some KC gear while you're here, you can also do that as well. So that's kind of the main front and center area. We've got our factory second stuff up here. But the rest of the building, there's a lot of really cool history and stuff throughout here. Right here in Williams, we do a lot of our production, we do a lot of assembly, quality control, quality assurance, and our shipping globally comes out of here in Williams, Arizona. So this is a really cool facility. We've been in this building since 1978. And as you might imagine, with that is a lot of history and a lot of memorabilia. So anywhere we look on the walls, you'll see a lot of really cool historical artifacts. So this place is, in a sense, like a little mini off-roading museum. So it's kind of cool to check everything out that's in here. So as we walk through the hallway in kind of the main office area where we're at right now, this is like the history hallway, as I like to call it. So we have some stuff on the walls that are a little bit more lifestyle oriented. We've got fishing rods and stuff like that. We got a lake right across the street. So lunchtime break, anybody can go take a fishing rod out and go catch some fish for lunch. As I mentioned, history hallway, this is why we call it that. As you can see on the wall right here, these are catalog covers from throughout the year. So this is, I believe it's our second catalog cover ever in history. The first one that we had framed, this was in 1974. This was back when we were in Saugus, California, where we originally started in our founder, Peter Kim Brown, and his wife Carol's garage in Saugus. So next one up with some really cool rad artwork from Dave, Big Deal. Did this beautiful design on it. That was 1975, and that's when we moved to Williams. At that time, we were right on Route 66 while we were building this property that we're in now. We've been in this building since 1978, and that's kind of reflected in some of the catalog covers on the walls here. So it's really cool to see some of the old history there. We also have some other really cool artwork on the walls. On this side, we have some really cool hand-done, water-painted artwork, very vintage style with the bug and the classic KCs on it. Really cool stuff. Over here, we've got some more really cool artwork. This was from 1971. This was back when it was called the Mexican 1000, I'm sorry. This was the 5th ever. So you can see that there were some really cool racers, competition guys driving. Parnelli Jones is on the list. We've got Rod Hall, Mickey Thompson, really cool people on this one. So this is a really special piece of artwork that we kind of like to have right on the walls. So that's the main office building. Let's go check out the production area where a lot of the assembly happens, quality control, shipping, all the stuff like that. Let's go. So as we work our way over this side, we're gonna kind of start in the main area where a lot of the wiring gets done. We do a lot of the wiring stuff for our big carbon pod HID lights. Those are the big lights that are used on a lot of the off-road race trucks. Right now, everybody went out to break right now, so it's a little bit quieter in here. But normally, as you'll see in a little bit here, there's a lot of people working and getting stuff done. So this whole section over here is all of our wiring stuff, our carbon pods. We've got lights for concrete motorsports over there that are getting refurbished for some of the big race trucks, things like that. So that's a lot of what happens over here. One of the really cool stories is about our origins and how we started as a company. For those that don't really know it, Pete, our founder, took an aircraft landing light and created a housing and a mount for it to mount it onto his own vehicle. So our company really started off by utilizing aircraft landing lights. Now, 52 years later, what we're doing is we're actually making private label lights for an aircraft company for them to use as landing lights for their airplanes. So it's kind of cool how the whole thing has come full circle. So as you look through here, you'll also see some products like that that we private label out for some of the aircraft companies, things like that. So that's this whole section is wiring, termination, carbon pods, all that kind of stuff. As you look on the wall back here, you can see some of the old HID lights, the big 6x9 lights that used to be on some of the US military vehicles back in Afghanistan in the early 2000s. So it's really cool to see. You can check out the classic tan covers with the KC on it, but it's an American flag in the background of the KC. Really cool, kind of homage to the history there. That was something that we are very honored to be a part of, and we were very honored to have our lights on some of those vehicles, kind of help them light the night out in Afghanistan. Now this whole section over here is the Pro 6 section. So we get all the pieces in from our factory overseas, and they all get hand assembled here and put together and then shipped out the door. So at any given moment, the team here is cranking out anywhere from 30 to 50 bars a day to send out to all of you customers. So you'll see them building, whether it's a straight bar, a curved bar configuration, 3 lights up to 9 lights. So it's anything from a Polaris Razor to a Ford Raptor. So that's kind of what goes on in this section is the Pro 6 area. Now behind me right here, this is the rest of the production floor. So what the rest of the crew works on day to day just depends on what we have orders for and what we need to build in order to get those orders out the door for. So at any given moment, you'll see daylighters, the classic with the smiley face being built. You'll see Apollos, like that very familiar light with the KC grill guard built into it. You'll see those being built out here. Just kind of depends. So that's what's going on out here. Fog lights, headlights, you name it. All that stuff gets assembled here, packaged, as you can tell behind me, and then shipped out the doors. So we're gonna go check out the warehouse very briefly. Not much to see in there, a lot of raw parts, storage of components, things like that, but there's some cool artwork in there, so let's go take a quick look. So this is one of my favorite pieces of art in the entire building. As you can tell, it's very colorful, very bright, very loud, very KC. We're black and yellow, right? So that's the classic. That to me is just the coolest 70s styling. Another really cool piece that goes along with that piece of artwork is this. This is a matchbox. It says light up with KC on it. Same exact styling as that piece of artwork up there. How cool is it that we were doing matchboxes that were branded KC, light up with KC. Back in the 70s, some old retro gear for you. So the rest of this we just do for our YouTube channel. That's where all the videos happen back there for the install bay. We got our truck storage down there. This is where we work on our own vehicles, stuff like that. So this is just kind of warehouse storage of raw parts and goods. So with that, let's kind of wrap it up by going over and checking out the rest of the area. Right now, Nick is one of our warehouse employees. He also works on the RMA team, so the warranties and returns team. So production team, you name it. It's kind of like a lot of us are jacks of all trades, so we kind of work on whatever we need to work on, right?
Yeah.
So now we're getting into the area that is finished packaged goods, stuff that's ready to go out the doors. So as you can see behind me this way, that's what happens. Right now, I think we've got UPS here doing a pickup. So we're kind of getting into that area now of shipping where the shipping team will get the pick ticket so that they have the order, everything that needs to go out with each individual box, each carton, throw everything together, pack it up, tape it up, slap the label on, and then put it in the bay for UPS, FedEx, whoever it is to come pick everything up. So right now we've got Joseph here. He's one of our shipping guys. Kobe, we've got Art over there, he's our shipping manager. These are the big guys. These are the folks that make everything happen when the rest of the team has done their job. It gets to the shipping department and then they take everything, get it out the door on time so that you get your product when you want it most. So that is pretty much the entire building. As you can tell, FedEx is here doing the pickup right now. This is where everything happens, you guys. This is KC, this is our home. It's not a glamorous building, it's not a fancy building, but for us, this is what we call home and it's really special to us. So thank you all for coming along our factory tour. We'll catch you guys in the next video and remember to adventure further.